This brings us to the incense itself. There was a very special recipe involved in making it. Exodus 30:35. And thou shalt make it a perfume, a confection after the art of the apothecary, tempered together, pure and holy. It was so holy that it was forbidden to use it outside of the tabernacle. Exodus 30:37-38. And as for the perfume which thou shalt make, ye shall not make to yourselves according to the composition thereof. It shall be unto thee holy, for the Lord. Whosoever shall make like unto that, to smell thereto, shall even be cut off from his people. Could this incense be representative of the chemicals that control our thoughts and perceptions? Is this why it was forbidden to use them in an unauthorized manner? Take dopamine, for example. The release of too much dopamine leads to addiction. The abomination of the branch to the nose may be a reference to sniffing cocaine or similar drug. Ezekiel 8:17. Then he said unto me, Hast thou seen this, O son of man? Is it a light thing to the house of Judah that they commit the abominations which they commit here? For they have filled the land with violence, and have returned to provoke me to anger, and, lo, they put the branch to their nose. When we tie this to what the house of Judah was doing a few verses earlier, we find a connection to incense, Ezekiel 8:11. And there stood before them 70 men of the ancients of the house of Israel, and in the midst of them stood Jaazaniah, the son of Shaphan, with every man his censer in his hand, and a thick cloud of incense went up. These evil thoughts of the heart linked to incense can be found in other verses as well. 2 Chronicles 26:16. But when he was strong, his heart was lifted up to his destruction. For he transgressed against the Lord his God, and went into the temple of the Lord to burn incense upon the altar of incense. Here we see people being punished for burning incense in a way that was against the law. Leviticus 10:1-2. And Nadab and Abihu, the sons of Aaron, took either of them his censer, and put fire therein, and put incense thereon, and offered strange fire before the Lord, which he commanded them not. And there went out fire from the Lord, and devoured them, and they died before the Lord. Uzziah ended up with a mark on his forehead. 2 Chronicles 26:19. Then Uzziah was wroth, and had a censer in his hand to burn incense, and while he was wroth with the priests, the leprosy even rose up in his forehead before the priests in the house of the Lord, from beside the incense altar. In fact, unlawfully burning incense to idols, for example, was a very big deal. 2 Kings 23:5. And he put down the idolatrous priests, whom the kings of Judah had ordained to burn incense in the high places in the cities of Judah, and in the places round about Jerusalem, them also that burned incense unto Baal, to the sun, and to the moon, and to the planets, and to all the host of heaven. Could this be a warning against using mind-altering chemicals to contact the spirit world? If we delve deeper into the construction of the altar of incense, we find horns on each corner. Using our handy-dandy decoder, we find that horns are representative of protons. They are also representative of the cow, or more specifically, the milk of the cow. Milk, of course, is a good source of calcium. Horns are made of calcium as well, which gives us a double witness. Thus, the horns represent protons as well as calcium, which is exactly what neurotransmitters need to operate. Remember, the proton is the Word or Son of God portion of the Godhead. Christ's sacrifice was a form of incense, Ephesians 5:2. And walk in love, as Christ also hath loved us, and hath given himself for us, an offering and a sacrifice to God for a sweet-smelling savour, Christ consciousness. Since the nucleus of the cell, or most holy place, forms the command center of the cell, it's only natural that some of this smoke interact with the Ark of the Covenant. Leviticus 16:13. And he shall put the incense upon the fire before the Lord, that the cloud of the incense may cover the mercy seat that is upon the testimony, that he die not. Interesting. Malachi 1:11. For from the rising of the sun even unto the going down of the same my name shall be great among the Gentiles, and in every place incense shall be offered unto my name, and a pure offering. For my name shall be great among the heathen, saith the Lord of hosts. In our candlestick chapter, we learned how the candlestick represents mitochondrial DNA and that the mitochondria is a creator of the currency of the cell called ATP. A TP, carried by vesicles, is sometimes used as a neurotransmitter. What other forms of cell communication can you come up with to link the altar of incense to? Let's throw in one more. Numbers 16:46. And Moses said unto Aaron, Take a censer, and put fire therein from off the altar, and put on incense, and go quickly unto the congregation, and make an atonement for them. For there is wrath gone out from the Lord. The plague is begun. The latest research in vesicle biology is revealing how vesicles can play a role in healing and cures for disease. Aaron used incense to stop the plague from spreading. Perhaps there is a cure waiting to be discovered, hidden in the pages of Scripture.